I'd say probably more weight loss, but not just the weight loss. I'm embarrassed to admit that that is a big issue for me. But I'd like to encompass that and say it's not just the weight, it's being healthier in all ways, more active, getting out of my isolation and socializing more and getting a life, really.
Is there anything that you found that you really enjoy, exercise-wise, that you hadn't probably tried in the past?
There's nothing specific. I mean, I'd like things like horseback riding and things like that, but a lot of the things that I like, unfortunately, are expensive. And being unemployed, as many of us are, I need to stick to something that's less expensive. In this case, walking. There's so many beautiful places in this country. Absolutely gorgeous, walking along the canal and feeding the ducks, the bread that I'm not eating, things like that. And it's absolutely wonderful to go out and walk, fresh air. That actually makes me feel more positive, more upbeat. I'm out of the house and away from the kitchen.
And can't fail to notice your American accent. How long have you been over here?
Just 5 years, actually.
What is the main difference, do you think, between our attitudes to the female body and food in America and the female body and food over here?
Oh, gosh, I don't think we have an hour, do we?
No.
I lived in Southern California for over 20 years and near Los Angeles, near the entertainment capital of the world, possibly, at least in my opinion, being American. Skinny, 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 augment this part, undo this part. It's great to want to look your best and feel your best. The difficulty for me was the plasticity of everything. In my opinion at the time, in other parts of the US where I've lived, it's not as strong. But in Southern California, it's 20 years old, blonde, big breasted, small hips. And that's an ideal that very few of us not only can live up to, but can afford to go and do ourselves. I think generally it's healthier over here because people are more active. They'll walk, they're not afraid. My joke has been, and it feels quite true, in the States, you get into your car to drive a 3-minute walk to go to a drive through like McDonald's or Taco Time or Taco Bell, all greasy, high food, primarily greasy and unhealthy foods. And you go there, you drive through, and you eat it in your car on the way home or you bring it home. You're not walking anywhere. I'm stereotyping and exaggerating, of course. What scares me is I see that happening here. In the 5 years I've been here, more fattening foods, bigger people. I'm not judging them as being bad. I'm judging in the sense of, oh my God, it's the American unhealthiness that's coming over, and that scares me for the British people.
Anything else that you'd like to add that you think is important?
Gosh, there's just quite a few groups out there I think are good. I think Hope is one that Jody talked about in his group. There's also Overeaters Anonymous. I can give that a small plug. It's a group based on the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous for anyone who might be familiar. I am highly addicted to food. I've been trying to form an OA group locally in the Hinckley area. We're actually working on getting a group going. And I think that in conjunction with Jody's group would be perfect because the OA deals with the non-food and exercise. That's something you need to get somewhere else outside of the group, but you find people like you do in Jody's group that understand where you're coming from, that know what it's like to be 20, 30 stone. Although for those who only have a half a stone, it can be as debilitating to them emotionally and psychologically as for someone like myself who finally at 25 and a half stone said I've had enough. But I think it's a good thing, and I'm really appreciative that you're letting us have a little bit to say today.
Cool, thank you very much.
Thank you.